Hello, everybody. It's
You
so
were
late.
quiet. You're like whispering.
Well, the kids are asleep.
They are sleeping.
It's so late.
We weren't gonna do that. We were gonna do this, and then we weren't gonna do it. And but it's exciting. Let me turn this on mute.
Hey, what's up, man?
But it's exciting. Like as you see the sign, right? No.
He made
right
that
there.
all by himself. He
Really
was so
quick.
excited. How is everybody doing tonight?
And we didn't think we're gonna hit this in the middle of the night, so we know we haven't hit it yet, but we will probably. I don't know. Around 1 a.m. and we're gonna be fast asleep at that point in time. And we looked at tomorrow, like there's no way that we could do a live tomorrow with what we have going on. So we thought we'd just jump on here and really just to say thank you, because it's because of y'all that we're even here, because of y'all. So we thank y'all so much for y'all's support. And I'm sure you have something to say.
No, it's great. You're doing great. What's up, Nikki? Enjoy your vacation. That's awesome.
They're in the whatchamacallit. They
Yeah,
did the big yard sale.
Yes.
So hello to everybody, and we appreciate you. It's like, it's like crazy. We did not think. I knew at some point in time this would happen. But they said that they say YouTube people, all of the big ones, they say that
The YouTube people,
the
they
YouTube
say.
people, they say that 10,000 subscribers is the hardest, and it's 1,000 and then 10,000, and I'm gonna probably say.
I do want to say, Michelle, yes, you are like one of the OGs.
You are.
You were
yes.
like original, like you. I do remember.
Yeah, like when we had like maybe 1,100 subscribers, but. Most of those were phone farming subscribers.
Our live streams have definitely changed over the past few months. When we first started, Michelle could vouch. There's a few other people on here who I think who've been on for a while, but at first we actually had to have talking points because we did not have the chat. So
nobody would be talking.
We actually called it tea time because we did like in the afternoon. I think it was like Wednesday afternoons.
We did.
And we always had kind of like a 3-course meal type thing. And now we just go on and we just answer questions and we talk with everyone because we always have so much engagement, which is amazing. That's probably one of my favorite things. What are you trying to do?
I was just going to scroll up to make sure, all these amazing people. We started July with 4,000 subscribers, and now like we're at. It's crazy.
I do promise you though, if you do have any questions, I know a lot of people always want to get a hold of us and ask questions, that we will answer them.
Yeah,
it's a celebratory thing,
at
but
9,930
we're here for you.
Now.
900 what?
9,000. What's 9,929 subscribers?
That's crazy.
And we started today with like 9,400, so we've gained like 500 and something today. And Efren say he's from Australia. He bought some phones from me. I remember you were watching from like
another original OG
subscribers. So that's awesome. And here we are now. It's like, it's truly a blessing, and it's because of y'all. I've said it before, but a lot of people have jumped in, and it's really. Like, we're not hitting this, like, y'all are hitting this, because if it wasn't for y'all watching and
I really didn't think I was that...
We think we're boring
informational or entertaining.
It's like, this has been, like, if you go back and you just watch the transition of the channel, it's like, we've struggled. I mean, we still struggle. Like, what do we even talk about? Like, what do we vlog? Because people, like, it's our normal everyday lives. Like, it's kind of boring at times. It's exciting. I don't say it's boring. I think, let me explain, because this is our dream. So I'm not saying that our dream life is boring, but I'm sure all of you can understand that it's the mundane everyday life can sometimes, while you're going through it, it can get kind of boring. Monotonous. I don't know.
Well, okay,
I don't even know
so
what that means.
here's where it comes from. And I think if anybody out there has a dream about like doing a YouTube channel, there's always a story to tell.
Yell quietly.
Oh, yes. I can't yell loudly this time.
The kids
I'm
are
so
sleeping.
sorry. Normally, if I get a super chat, I will yell, but I'll be like, because I can't I can't wake up my kids. But there's always a story to tell. You know, we do the unboxings and that's a very exciting thing. You get the dopamine hit rush. We get it too. I mean, I'm giggling all the time. I can't stop smiling on unboxings. It's just so much fun. Even when we take big hits, and things don't sell. I know, I realize that also came out kind of wrong, but I'm just really excited. The stuff that happens after the unboxing is frustrating, tedious, listing things, researching things, trying to figure out where we're gonna sell it. And then when we put it somewhere and we think it's gonna sell one way and it doesn't sell another. Yes! I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Those of you with kids know.
On Thursday, yes, we normally go live on Thursday nights, and my kids are not here, and so I can scream every time I get a super chat. But my kids are asleep right now, so we're not yelling. We're just gonna make like some weird Anyway,
we're gonna be loud with our bodies.
But there's always a story to tell. Was the point of that story? I know somebody asked a question up here. I saw a question mark, but I don't remember. I can't. If you asked a question, somebody asked something somewhere. But I don't know where it is. I saw it and I was like, I got to make a mental note to go back to it, and I can't find it.
There's one. There was about double profit.
Where?
How are you?
Oh, Skunk Repo. How are you able to double in profit in order to support family and pay bills?
It's a good question.
That is a good question.
We don't just flip pallets. We are full-time resellers. Buying liquidation is part of our sourcing strategy, but it's not the full sourcing strategy. That we sell lots of other things, consumer electronics, that keeps the cash flow going in our business and really drives the business. It's taken a huge hit the last, since COVID-19 hit, because we can't source like we used to, because our suppliers, they don't have as many goods available. And then also the prices that they do have, they are double what they used to be. So we used to sell around $15,000 a month in consumer electronics, and that's down to $6,000 a month. But for us, we don't live very lavishly. Like, we live here in Arkansas. We live within a budget. We don't have a car payment. We live minimalistically so that we can live this lifestyle that we choose to live. So I hope that answers your question, Skunk Hollow. You can do it if you have space. We could easily, with the space that we have, if we rearranged our time and did it solely with pallet flipping and buying liquidation, we could do it easily.
Are y'all really binge watching our stuff? Like,
it's crazy.
People have been saying that, but like, I'm like, are you for real? Like, are you for real doing it?
And some of our old unboxings, people are now watching them, and it's like somebody commented on the first unboxing video we did, and they were like, Joe, I like it, but you're not giving us what you're selling it for. And that's because I had no idea. Like, I never watched people's unboxing videos. I didn't know what you're supposed to do.
Because before that, we were phone farmers. So basically we used apps to help make money on the side, running like almost what we call a phone farm. And then we stumbled across liquidation because we needed to find, we did not do, Desi, chill. I'll let you out in a second.
Desi's mad, y'all.
He doesn't like it when he doesn't get all the attention at night. He gets a little cranky.
Does he need to go outside?
No, he's just cranky.
Okay.
So we were just, I don't know what we were doing. They were so bad. And like, y'all, my dreads, I'm not telling you to go back and look, but my dreads were wild. Like, they were in that like weird stage, like they were just like popped up everywhere. And I'm actually really proud of them now. They've done very well now, but I just cannot believe it, y'all.
So that was probably Erna. If you started watching, is that Emma or Erna Fisher? We did move in. We moved into a warehouse in October or November? October 2018. And then we moved into this house the next month. And then May came that next year, 2019. We're like, warehouse is not for us. This is not part of our why. So we moved into the house. So
Desi?
If y'all have questions, make sure y'all put it in all caps. Thank you, mods, for that. We appreciate y'all. But if y'all have questions, just make sure y'all put it in all capital letters because these go so fast. We're still adjusting because, like Jessica was saying earlier, like we used to have like 4 or 5 people in our live streams, and there would be crickets. We'd be like, let us know where you're from, and then there'd be no cricket. There'd be crickets. There'd be no cricket. There would be lots of crickets. So having all of you chat is very, very encouraging.
This is fun. Actually, I enjoy the community. You guys are overwhelmingly a really positive group of people. What's up, Cajun? What's up? There's so many people here. I really do want to say hi. What type of job were we doing prior? I was I was actually a manager for a women's boutique in Little Rock called Chico's. And it's funny, I was actually on my way to being store manager. That was just like the talk that was going on. And I was really, really excited. And then I don't know, I'm just gonna jump right back in. I'm gonna jump right back into the story. I'm sorry. I'm just so blown away right now, y'all. Yes. And then I dropped everything and moved to Conway because I encountered Jesus and I just needed to leave the lifestyle that I was in. I was a toxic person. I had toxic friends. And I was doing things that just I just couldn't live like that anymore. And so I just, out of faith, just up and moved. And I had a really good friend of mine who's still a very good friend of mine. And she owns a preschool. And I do have a degree in social psychology, which allowed me to be able to become a preschool teacher. And in a Christian preschool, changed my entire life, met some really great people. And then a few months later, met him. And then I quit my job to be a reseller with him, which I did not. Probably shouldn't have done that in retrospect.
It wasn't a good idea.
We could have used the steady
extra
paycheck.
Income.
But hey, you live and you learn. And him, before you could tell what you were doing before.
Yeah, I managed restaurants. I started working when I was 14 years old, managing. I didn't start at 14 manage a restaurant, but I did manage a restaurant by the time I was 15 years old. A pizza place that my friend's dad owned. And my dad would drop me off like at 9 a.m. on Sundays. And I would open up the store. I would manage the store until the manager would come on. The general manager would get there like at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. And but then I just went to college, got a bachelor's of business administration, which I have found useless for me because I hated school. I wasn't the type for school. School was not set up for people like me, entrepreneurial, like very dyslexic. But I had problems.
Nick picked her. She did that with us. We should just all do that together, like in solidarity.
And, but I was managing. I was a food and beverage director at a Hilton Garden Inn that had just been built, and I quit, get my notice, started reselling full-time out of a 26-foot Winnebago that God had gave to me just 2 weeks prior. So that's the short end of it. I guess that's the short end of it.
The short story. It's a really long, beautiful, amazing, wonderful story. Y'all, I cannot tell you.
Lots of ups and downs. Lots of ups and downs.
You know what's funny though? The funny thing is, and this is something I am so grateful for, but we would have this, like there was this time when we had quit. I had quit working at the preschool, realizing, that I probably made a mistake. And the reselling business was not taking off the way that we had hoped due to also my lack of experience and just us trying to grow in a way that it wasn't working for us. We were still trying to find our groundings and everything. And it actually got to a point, y'all, where we weren't sleeping at night because we did not know how much money we would have in the morning. And at the time, we had 2 kids because Lucas was not born yet, and it was just very. It was a very difficult time. I look back at it and I'm just like, man, like that was crazy. And we would actually wait for PayPal sales so we could go buy our next meal. Like that's where we were. It was very, very, very difficult, very rough. We ended up having we had a vehicle repossessed at one point. It was just really one of those, it was those times. But the funny thing is that in all of that, we never missed a meal.
Never.
We never went hungry. We always had at least enough to just go to the grocery store and buy the next meal. Every single time. And that's something that I'm just like, always grateful for. And I was just like, man, it didn't have to be that way. You know, we were taken care of. So, yes. Yeah, so it was just really crazy. I mean, I don't know. Like, and then we're here, almost 10,000 subs, and I'm sitting here and I'm talking to all of you who, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Like,
where have y'all been our previous 2 years of being on YouTube?
I know. Well, our it's like, for every one negative comment that we get or highly critical comment that we get, there are 20, 30, 50 comments of people just being so encouraging and so uplifting. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just like flabbergasted that we're here right now with you guys. Yeah. Like, I don't know what.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm still like in awe.
I don't even know what's happening.
Like when, I guess it was May. I'm going to answer El Garay's question. Gary. With COVID happening, where do you see this kind of business going? So I think COVID maybe more about the economic situation caused by COVID. I can speak to that. I feel like people are going to buy stuff. I don't know if you remember, most of you probably remember the economic collapse of 2009, that I was managing restaurants at that time. People still spent money, but they were wiser with the amount of money that they spent. Granted that now there's a lot more people who have lost their jobs. There's more businesses that will be closing. So we don't truly know the economic impact that is going to happen. We don't truly know the economic impact that it's going to have, but I also know that people are still, because of mindsets that we have, people are still going to buy items that they may not pay full price, but they will look for discount stores. So I feel like this is going to open the way for more opportunities for retail stores or selling online, for all those things, that more people are going to be looking to be buying new items or returns, whatever, at a discounted price. So I feel like this business is positioned for it, especially online business. It's positioned to do well because a lot of people are afraid to go out and shop. Some people aren't, but more and more people are looking to buy online than they have before. But I feel like this business it's going to be good for it. It may go through periods of lulls because we don't know with the TV show coming out. It's going to be it's like there's a storm, like a perfect storm scenario coming where the show is coming out. People are going to be getting these $1,200 stimulus checks around the time that the show is coming out. They're going to be thinking that they can just go and make all this money because people do.
Good night, Swamp Picker.
They do. It's just people watch our videos, and they don't people just watch the unboxing videos. They don't watch the vlogs. They don't watch the tips videos. But then just leave the comments I went and bought a pallet and I didn't know how much shipping was going to cost, and then I had to pay for shipping. It was so much money. But I'm like, in our videos, our vlogs, we always talk about know the cost of shipping up front beforehand. So my concern and Jessica's concern, it's even the concern of the producers, that they don't want everybody to think that they can do it, because we all know with Storage Wars was fake. And with this show, that they made sure that there was no fakeness that happened. There was no planted items, because they don't want people to get an unrealistic expectation or belief that they're going to go and make thousands and thousands of dollars. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and XYZ Can't See Me, you asked a question. We actually did answer your question. It was a good one. She, yes.
Okay, that's coming out tomorrow in a video.
We actually put it in a recorded video. Yep. That's going out tomorrow. So.
Yep, coming out tomorrow around 9 a.m.
Yep. So
our time. Central
time, whatever. I'm not sure what time you're in, but we did. It was a really good question, and we wanted to make sure we put it on a recorded video. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, where we at? Where are we at? How's everybody doing tonight? Chuck is trying to get a reselling business going, but there aren't a lot of liquidation locations near, and the ones online are expensive, and the shipping is killer. Absolutely. Now, keep in mind, reselling could be a lot of things. So if right now liquidation is difficult for you, try purchasing lots. You can find those at different places as well. You can do the search for those the same way that you search for liquidation centers. A lot of places that sell pallets also sell lots. They're a lot smaller, easier to ship, and you can change it. And then you can start flipping slowly. And that's something I recommend anyway for anyone starting a reselling business. It might be different if you've been reselling, like thrifting for a while and you kind of understand. But, while you're getting your feet wet and you're really trying to figure out like what you want to do and how you want to do it, because you don't know. I mean, online it's a little bit different, but like locally, anytime you buy liquidation, I'm just going to say right now, like have a local moving that inventory plan, because a lot of that stuff is just gonna be really difficult to sell anyway online for various reasons. Maybe they're too big or too bulky to ship, or maybe they're too small and don't cost enough to ship. So just having that plan. So if you're having a hard time finding liquidation, finding pallets, start with lots. Or try, maybe even try thrifting. You might be good at that. That might be something that you do.
Garage selling. There's lots of
retail
other
arbitrage.
Liquidation is just one tool belt to have in the reselling sourcing tool belt. There's lots of others. Our favorite is wholesale and liquidation.
Said, what do you think about wholesale? And we're like, we love wholesale.
Yeah, and I like wholesale.
Yeah.
I think with wholesale, it's a more long term, it's a more sound business decision, but you have to have more money in order to do it, because you're getting items that cost more, your margins are smaller, so you've got to have a higher cash flow. But I love wholesale, and so I like it. And I think there's any other questions.
You guys are
just
awesome.
The one. Kim McCoy, do you think Amazon will get some competition in the near future? I think so. Walmart is, they've announced that they are launching their own service similar to Amazon with their own, I believe, streaming stuff. It's going to be like $89 a year subscription, much like Amazon Prime. Walmart has gained a lot of ground. They've positioned themselves with COVID-19 with everything. They have distribution centers in every state because of all the Walmart stores. So I believe they're positioned well. Walmart is to compete. You have places like Shopify, which they're doing a lot of great things to be able to compete with Amazon. And then also I feel like eBay still has some stuff to prove because the CEO, or not the CEO, the person who did the online portion of Walmart sales, they are now the CEO of eBay. So I feel like they have some ground to make up, which I feel like it's good for everybody in the end, because when there is no competition, the number one gets to make all the rules. So.
Adela CCC bookstore, I did not get it, but I'll do the wave for you.
Thank you.
I'll do it. I just can't scream because my kids are asleep.
We got it right there. Thank you so much.
We got it.
Yeah. We thank you. Woo! Adela Castro, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say, but y'all are awesome. It's crazy. Somebody from Bulgaria was streaming earlier. That's awesome. And all of you that have just subscribed, recently.
You live in New Zealand? I'm so jealous.
I want to come visit.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So we're 58 shy of 10K on our end. That's crazy. And I know we're going to hit it in the next couple of hours.
I do want to say, Tracy, Michelle is right. There is more than one way to resell.
Yeah.
And it might.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you.
But yes, so there's more than one way to resell. You can sell what you already have in your home that you don't need, sell it on eBay. or some other, maybe there's even some other stuff up there that is available to you as well. So, just because you can't do liquidation does not mean that you can't make extra money on the side and resell, because liquidation is not the only thing that Joe and I do. It's just one of the main focuses of this channel, just because there are so many already really great resellers out there, and they've got it down. Like they're holding down the fort. We want to give a different spin to what reselling is. So.
And even like YouTube advice. If anybody wants YouTube advice, if you're interested in having a YouTube channel, I know some people do, but reselling is a very saturated market. And I think with any market that you're in, any niche that you're in, that you look at what content is being made, and you look either, I'm going to do better, I'm going to be more entertaining, give better tips, what have you, or I'm going to go in and look and see what information is lacking and then fill that gap. And that's kind of what we did, because there's not a lot of pallet flipping, liquidation, people who do vlogs, there's some that do tips and stuff, but there's not even really do a lot of lifestyle stuff except for unboxings.
Oh, sorry.
And then they give these overestimated numbers of grand totals. Pallet Jacking does not. I know that they do a lot of vlogs, but they're still a fairly new YouTube channel as well. So yeah.
I just there's a part, I'm looking at here, there's like Texas and Maine and Washington just right here. And then I'm just sitting there thinking, I wonder if at some point, have we had everybody represented from all 50 states?
I don't know.
Because that'd be crazy.
And, yes. Marie, it'd be nice to get some, I asked A&E for some swag, and it's the first season. Networks don't go out for shows on the first season, so we need y'all to watch. Tell everybody to watch.
What's up, TJ? Or is it April? TJ and April?
To watch so that we can get season 2, so that we can get some posters and some gear and all kinds of stuff so that we can give away. I had planned for this 10K, I feel like somewhat I let everybody down, because I'd been thinking about 10K subscribers for a while, and I'm gonna work with these companies and try and get a bunch of awesome stuff to do a bunch of giveaways. And then we're at 4,000 subscribers 4 weeks ago, and now we're here. So I'm still working with brands to try and get a bunch of stuff to give away to you guys.
Indiana,
I know.
Tennessee.
Chiefs. And so at some point, maybe 15K, maybe, the way we're going, 15 will be in, another couple of weeks. So maybe 25,000. Once we hit 25,000, we'll have all this stuff so that we can do a massive, awesome, cool giveaway celebration and be able to give you guys a bunch of cool stuff. So, yeah, it's awesome. Y'all are crazy. 76 people, and we just it's late. I guess on the West Coast it's not late. It's only 8 o'clock there. So,
this is crazy.
And we're excited about the show too. Somebody commented about the show. Jessica, you're in shock over here.
I know. I'm tripping out. I'm oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how we got on the show? They actually are really terribly produced. Old, when we had our warehouse. Those pallet unboxings from way back when. You can always tell because they were really bad.
They're all live.
Yeah.
When I had my camera was cracked, so it was foggy. It was crazy.
Yeah, and we didn't know how to operate, so we were stepping all over each other and doing. I don't know, it was just crazy.
Yeah.
But they found that video, and they ended up emailing us
in January of 2019.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. And then stuff happened, and then we never really heard anything about it. And the next thing you know, we're talking about contracts and stuff. So it was. It was just crazy, amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, somebody else asked a question. I don't.
So
how do you feel about Poshmark?
I don't know. We don't use it. I know lots of people.
To be honest with you,
I don't like the fees. They charge 20% fees, but if you're in the clothing, you sell a lot of clothing. I'm sure there's people in here that's got to sell clothing. I know they do home goods now also. They have other categories.
Is there anybody here with a YouTube channel that does Poshmark?
But Brittany's Brands loves Poshmark.
There you go.
We don't do clothes. I don't like shopping for clothes. I started off with women's jeans and haven't. I haven't
So
sold any clothes since.
there you go. Brittany's Brands. She has a YouTube channel and does Poshmark. So you might want to check
Who
her
did you say
out.
was from Arkansas? Gorgonzider Thrifters? Is that how you say it?
Well, I don't know.
Gorgonzider or something. They're from
Did
Arkansas.
you ever sell that $1,600 dirty sink? Listen.
That sink wasn't just dirty. I did a bad job of filming. It was all, it's like some deep, deep scratches in that sucker. But we're going to try and buff it out.
Yeah. I'm glad that people were saying that it could be cleaned, because we never really thought too much about like all the different products out there that could help clean that sink. Because we just thought we were just gonna have to, like, I don't know, do something with it and maybe get like $100. But I figured out that if you can clean this, if we can get some of that gunk, like there's like some dried adhesive type stuff on there and all that. So if we can get all that off and sell it for more than that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But also, you know, we've just got so much going on that's a project that it's probably going to be like a weekend project. That's something that we do when we're
I got to
home.
get like some type of, that'd be a good project for Pop. And
That's my dad.
Yeah. And he would probably like that.
There
Or
we go.
John.
Look at all. See, this is what I love about our community. Somebody was like, "How do you feel about Poshmark?" And then all these people are like, "I know stuff about Poshmark."
Yeah.
And then look, see, that's just great. Y'all are great.
50 more to go.
And there we go, Lenora.
Yeah.
Pallet Jack and said somebody 3 finds on a dime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember
And that's
that.
the great thing about resellers is all these different types of styles, strategy that people share.
Oh my gosh, we're only 50 away.
That there's so many different people that you can learn from. And there's like 10,000 different ways that you can be a reseller.
Because if you think about it, a lot of people think like make reselling really complicated, but reselling is taking something and selling it again. You think about all, you know, where do all the returns go? Like when you return something, it can't go back on a shelf because the integrity is damaged, so you can't sell it new. So, you know, it costs money to store it. It costs money to destroy it. So this is the way that, you know, big box companies and manufacturers are moving their product. They got creative. And so for us to have this product, even like Goodwill, like going and finding that stuff, like basically this is stuff that you are taking, you are purchasing to sell again. That's all that is. That could mean a lot of things. It could mean your old closet, like the clothes that no longer fit you. That's reselling. Like that, and that's reselling with no investment because you've already paid for it. It's already in your home. I've actually resold, like when we replaced our coffee maker, the old, because we wanted a better one that was faster, we resold our old one because it was perfectly good. That's reselling. Like you don't have to go and drop $600 on a pallet to be considered a reseller. You could literally resell whatever you're not using in your home. And when we were not doing very well on our reselling, you know, that's a lot of what I did. I cleaned out our cabinets, got rid of our juicer and our, you know, all this stuff. You know, when we both got married and moved in together, we had doubles of stuff. And I was selling that stuff on Facebook Marketplace so that we could, you know, buy stuff that we needed. So that's reselling right there. That anybody can be a reseller. It doesn't have to be liquidation. Oh, there's more people are talking. Let's see what's going on.
All right, so when Jennifer C says arbitrage takes too much time, would you say it's better to get products from liquidations? It really depends on how much time you have. Like, excuse me, we always talk about time, space, and money. That if you have, I mean, those are the things that you're working with. So if you don't have a lot of money, but you have time, then you can probably go and buy lower profit items from thrift stores or even liquidation or arbitrage because you have more time than you do money, and buy those and sell it. But it really depends on really what it is you're wanting to do. Like arbitrage, you can go and you can find a lot of items. It's going to take a while to learn the process, but once you find those 20 or 30 items that are called replenishables that you know you can go and get every week from all the Walmarts or all the CVS's or all the Walgreens, you can do very well with it, but it takes a while to get going.
And see, Cajun Reseller makes a good point. Says with arbitrage, you know it's worth it. With pallets, you can never be sure. So that says a lot about your business model. Are you a risk-averse person? If you're a risk-averse person, pallet flipping may not be for you because the risk is much higher than most other, you know, reselling models. If you have, and what he was saying, time, space, and money, and your relationship between those three things. If you have one, but you don't have, if you have two, but you don't have one, then there's a reselling model for you there. And that's where you start, for sure.
Yeah. And it just depends, it's a lot less risky to do arbitrage. I mean, granted, it could be risky because if you start buying an item for arbitrage, but then you try to sell on Amazon, but then Amazon picks up the listing, then that's risky, and there's lots of stories. So it really depends on what you're wanting to do. I don't like shopping. We don't like shopping. If you don't like to shop, then probably arbitrage is not the thing for you. Liquidation may be it, where you just you buy it, you get it, you figure out what you get, and then you work from that way.
Did any of y'all ever catch the video of us at the beginning of the year? We did a video talking about it was the new year, so we wanted to try something new and be like, we're selling ourselves short by saying that we can't or won't do something. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna start thrifting. We watched videos on YouTube and we're gonna do it, and it's gonna be awesome. And you know what? It's just about growth and all this other stuff. And we're just like, yeah, we're gonna be encouraging and inspirational. And then 3 weeks, nothing, because we wouldn't even go.
Yeah.
Like we were like, we really need to go. And I'm like, yeah, I know we really need to go. And he's like, no, we said we were gonna do this. We really need to do this. And I was like, all right, fine. So we go, and we had high hopes, y'all. Like we left on time. Like we had a plan of where we were gonna go. We got coffee. I mean, we're like, we're ready. We're gonna do this. We even showed up right before they opened so we could be there first. Yeah. And all this other stuff. And the first time we left, we went in there, and I was like, I was getting angry, and I was like, I don't know why I'm so mad. Like
it sucked.
And he was like, I can't find anything. I don't want to do this. And I was like, okay. And you know what's funny? You know what's hilarious? We did buy a couple of things. We bought a couple of electronics, and we bought a pair of jeans, I think, and a few other things. And they're still sitting on our shelves.
The jeans I've sold some of the electronics items that I listed in like 24 hours. But the jeans that we bought, they're still out there. I've got shoes, some Skechers shape-ups that I bought. They're still out there in bins. And
then we realized we were like, we just...
Yeah.
Don't like to shop, but hey, we tried it. Last, you'll have to watch out for the vlog, one of the vlogs that's coming out this week. But we did go and pick up our own palettes for the first time, and also discovered that that's not our favorite thing to do either.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scully Star Fashions and Pamela Elkins, for y'all are brand new to the channel. We thank y'all so much for watching and tuning in tonight, letting us know that was very encouraging. We greatly appreciate it.
Storage units is also on our bucket list.
Yeah.
We have never done a storage unit, but it's definitely on our bucket list of things that we want to do.
It is. And I think it'd be cool to learn other stuff, but I think I would probably get tired of it after probably the first 45 minutes on it. And I'm probably like, why did I do this? Now I got to hire somebody to list it all for me because I hate listing. I don't like listing. I try to avoid listing as much as possible, but that's why we have Whitney and our virtual assistant, Wally. And no offense, Angie, we know you're not yelling at us. We do not do Macari. I know lots of people do Macari and like Macari. I was going to do Macari, but then our virtual assistant, Wally, could not list for us on Macari, so I didn't bother with it. It just wasn't something that I wanted to do. I'd rather focus all my attention on one platform and then local versus spreading my time out, which I don't have a lot of.
Cajun says that Macari is awesome.
Yeah.
Looking for deals, likes Macari. So yes.
And then Kogan, how do you even say that?
I don't know, but
the
that's
Thrifters
amazing.
From Arkansas, fellow Arkansans, thank you. That's awesome that you found us today. We've been getting lots of... I'm yelling. I need to stop because I wake up the kids. We've been getting lots of people from Arkansas recently. Lots of people from Hot Springs. And
I love Hot Springs, y'all. If you guys ever have a chance to come to Arkansas and do something, like Hot Springs is a great place to visit. I do love it there. It's like almost like when I go to Hot Springs, like there's this little like downtown. You Hot Springs people could probably tell more about it, but there's this like it's got little shops in it. It's just very like quaint. It's almost like a place that like time has kind of stood still. Mm-hmm. So like, with our life, like everything, it's like one of those things. Okay, so with the show coming out, I actually was highly thinking about deleting my Facebook because I had like over 600 friends on my Facebook list. And just with everything going on in the world, everybody was just yelling at each other. And I was like, my mental health was really waning. I was not doing too well mentally. And I was like, I've really got to like, but I can't shut down my Facebook because somebody got banned from Facebook Marketplace and we need my profile to be able to sell on Facebook. And so I ended up having to like, where was I going with this? I was really excited to make a point here.
I don't know. I was somewhere else.
What was I going to say about? There was a point.
It's almost 10:30, y'all. It's been a long weekend.
And I'm like, I'm over.
We went to the pallet place on
Hot
Friday.
Springs water burns your mouth.
Somebody had a question. Quick. That's right. Quick. Rob. Quick. It was up further.
Oh, it was up.
Yeah.
It was up. Where?
Then a lot of people commented.
Rob.
Quick. Rob.
Quick, Rob.
Any tips? He just started. Said we were inspiration, which it's crazy. Like, I don't know how I can inspire anybody. But thank you all so much because lots of people have said, and I guess that's what we want to. We want to invoke people to do something, to action, to let them know that you can do something. But any tips? I would say some tips. We've got some pallet liquidation things that we wish we would have known before flipping pallets. There's 2 videos. I'd watch that. We have the 5 rules of liquidation. I would watch that. But I think the biggest thing I'd tell you right now is I would find a local liquidator and build a relationship with them, because once the show hits, there's more stimulus checks that are coming out. Prices of pallets are going to go up online. So if you're buying online, now's the time to find a liquidator that doesn't sell online and try to get some good deals. So
you list on eBay.
Michelle somebody asked earlier if we knew anybody else on the show. I just remembered that.
WBK Ultra. Blake.
Yeah.
He's on the show. Steve and Steph.
Yeah, they said them. Show. And then Hooked on Picking is on there. And then
there's this couple from New York. They have they don't have a YouTube channel, but they have like a store called Goods Galore.
Goods Galore.
And they're on there. And then there's a
Chris and Chuck.
They are not on YouTube. Well, they're on YouTube. Now. They are now on YouTube. Yes. Yeah. And they buy like lots of stuff.
They buy truckloads and stuff. And so yes.
Let me see. We have questions. I know we have questions. I don't know. It says, so you list on eBay when you do, I guess when we do sell online, yes, that's our primary online sales place.
And I love eBay.
Funky Fluffy, Facebook does equal drama. I don't remember the point of that story, so I stopped. I aborted mission. But there was a point to that
We don't get a lot of drama. Like we have a very good climate for eBay or for Facebook selling here in Conway. So we're very excited. Like I guess we just have it really, really good for our culture in the way that people respond, because we hardly ever get ghosted. I think I've been ghosted maybe 3 times over the course of like 3 years. So
there's others. I'm scrolling back up. Yeah. Mike says because we're the king and queen of we're the king and queen of letting everybody know that sometimes we suck at ballots.
Yeah. I don't know if we're the king or queen. The king of queen of messing up, because that's how we know.
It's funny. Somebody put on a live video, and I really thought it was very like I wasn't offended at all. I thought it was very accurate, but I was like, they were like, well, sometimes I just learn what not to do from you guys, and I'm like.
And that's it, because Thomas Edison, he made like several hundred light bulbs, and he only found one that worked. And that's why we want to share with y'all.
The pallet place was really good. I really enjoyed meeting Southern Liquidators. Somebody asked how the pallet place was, because we mentioned in a previous live video that we were going to pick up our pallets for the first time. But the main reason that we went there, they do offer shipping, so we could have just had them ship us pallets. And they have a really good deal with it. But we actually went there to meet them. We wanted to build a relationship with them, because with the show coming out, there's going to be a lot of people who, like